Vale, esto ya se está emitiendo. Ya verás, voy a poner... Vale. Que va a poner en copia a no sé quién. No me queda... Ah, vale, 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 vale. 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 Foto, cámara, sala de control. Vale. Vale. Tú ves ahí algo, ¿no? De momento ya. ¿No ves una pantalla de cibervoluntarios? Vale, vale. Para que vean que... Vale. Vale, vale. Venga, vale. Venga. Venga, hasta ahora. Hello. We are not all at this moment, but we will start in 5 minutes. Please try to activate to find the Q&A. It's a blue button you will find on the left side, so we can communicate each other. So I can know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Let me know in the Q&A, questions and answers. It's a blue button. Let me know if you can hear me, please. Okay, I think today it's working. Please, if you can hear me, activate the Q&A option, which is on the left side. This will be the way you can make me questions. I think we are all here, but I cannot see you. There is an option on the left side. If you go with the mouse, it will appear a menu, and there is a blue button, yellow one and a blue one. So please press the blue one on the left side and write me something so I can know you can hear me. Please try to find a way to write me. It's on the left side. There's only one person who write to me. Okay, we will start. I don't know who of you are connected. We were waiting. People from Cope Foundation, Shakar University. If you are there, please write me something on the Q&A, question and answers option. You will see this on the left side. Okay, we will start. It's time. I think we are all here. Let me check. Yes. I cannot see you, so I will remind you to write me something in the questions area. It's a blue button you will find on the left area. You can write me and so I can answer you. It would be nice if you tell me that you are watching me so I can now. Okay, let's start. My name is Pere Tufet. I am a volunteer in Cibervoluntarios, which is cyber volunteers, as you know. Okay, I can see some feedback. Yes, Paul, I can see you. I can see your question. This is the way you can write me. Perfect. This is right. The feedback box. Yes. Nice to hear you. So we have Paul from Cope Foundation. Perfect. That's me. So as I told you, my name is Pere and I a volunteer in Cyber Voluntarios. And I'm here to share with you my personal experience in this field. I have some figures. I will share with you some. Okay, Paul from Ireland, Cope Foundation is there. Perfect. This is the way to see me. Perfect. I have some figures I want to share. So I will share my screen. And first of all, we will be talking about in the volunteers area, but specifically with women. So I think it's important that we share. Let me share my screen. Let me share this one. Yes. Okay, I hope you see my screen now. Okay, so let's share some relevant data about the situation of women in Spain, which is probably different in every country. In Spain, this is the unemployment situation, which is something it's important to talk about. There's always more women than men in unemployment situation. Official data say there is not too much different, but there is always more women than men in unemployment situation. As you can see, younger people in Spain, we have a big problem because it's about 50% of the young people less than 25 years, which is in unemployment situation. This is quite a lot. As you can see, this is a chart you see from 2003 until last year. This is what people, let me check something. Yes, people, because of this unemployment situation, has to find his own job they are self-entrepreneurs, and this has been rise a lot in the last years because of the unemployment situation. And always there are more men than women than they are self-entrepreneur. I suppose this happens everywhere, but this is the difference. Something like 4% of women get self-entrepreneur and 8% of men. In Spain, this is in Spanish language, but I tell you about 1 million people is self-entrepreneur, so which is something like 6% of the people. They try to find their own business. And usually 60% of the people who is self-entrepreneur are men and 40% women. And they are usually, most of them are between 34 and 44 years old. Of course, there are younger and older men and women that get self-entrepreneur, but it's not as common. And half of them, almost 50%, 47, they have specific education. In Spain, people who get their own business, who try to make entrepreneur, are 92% they are from Spain, 2% they are from Europe, and only 6% they are abroad Europe. There are a lot of programs officially programs. They are trying to help people to start their own business in the biggest cities in Spain with different names. But in the last years, there has been a lot of new official help to try to help people to get their own business. And this is all because of the unemployment situation in Spain. There is probably, I would like to know your situation. Maybe you can write or chat me in the question box some ideas and some figures about you. But in Spain, barriers, why are less women than men? Of course, there is an economical situation, because there is in Spain, there is also some official statistics that not too much, but women has less increase, less salary than men. Not too much, but a little bit. And I think the personal situation is the most obvious. Women and men and women, they have been sharing responsibilities at home, but in the last years, the difference is less. But women, they get more. They take care about elder people more often. They take care about children more often. So this makes women more difficult to start their own business. As you can see, most of the women, when they start their own business, they do it with commercial activities. And 85% they do it alone. So it's a very small company with only one woman. There are some examples, but I would like to point one which is this one, which is called Galleteando, which is very special because 3 women in rural areas, so not big cities, they joined together and they created Galleteando, which is something like selling cookies. As you can see on the photo, they do and sell cookies through the internet from the rural areas. So this is something, an example to show that there is an opportunity to anyone with the internet to get some extra income to make their own business. I will stop sharing the screen. Let's see if this is working. Okay, hello Ahmed. I can see you. Ahmed, make a question. If you make any question, it would be nice if you write anything so I can see, I know that you understand the system. And please don't hesitate to ask me anything. Okay, that's me again. So please don't hesitate to, as I say, to ask me anything. If you don't understand my English or if you want me to repeat anything, just tell me. And I would be very happy if you make me any specific questions. As I told you before, I am a volunteer. I work with in different projects. Some are with women only, some are not. So I will share with you my experience. I want to show you something. Look. This. Two weeks ago, I had a visit in Spain. Let me share again my screen with this one. Okay. Here you can see, I think there is some delay. I will answer Ahmed now. As you can see in the photo, there are, look, the young lady was visiting me 2 weeks ago. She is from Russia. And we were taking some sweets, some churros con chocolate, which is something very typical in Spain. And she saw these ladies and she said to me, "Oh, look so sweet, these 4 ladies, very old ladies. They go out, they share some time, they have fun, they talk each other." This doesn't happen in Russia, which was, this girl is from Russia. So I think this is an example of the situation because this probably didn't happen in Spain 30 years ago. And now a lot of women, even old women as these ones, which are, they were very happy to tell us that they are more than 80 years old each one. And they were out to have some free time and to enjoy each other as young friends. And this doesn't happen in everywhere. So now the situation in Spain is not as before. Old people has energy, they have illusion, they don't want to stay at home. And if this happens with women with more than 80 years old, of course, the situation with younger women with 50 or with 60 or with 40, the situation is different than some years ago in Spain. So it's not, age is not a problem. If you have 40 or 50, you will have illusion to start maybe your own company. And that's why I just wanted to share this image, because it's an example of how situation with women is changing. Ahmed is asking me if there is any, let me check. Is there any governmental support to women entrepreneurs? Well, as far as I know, there are a lot of programs in Spain to help people to start their own business. Yes, they try to make all the documents you need. They try to make everything as fast as possible. There is a one only office that you can do everything there. So, and there are some helps. I don't know specifically what kind of programs, because as I told you, I am just a volunteer who works with them, not in this field. But of course, there are programs. I don't know if they are specifically for women only. I don't think so. I think they are for both. Of course, they are programs for women to support them or to teach them, or as we do. I will show you an example. Please, if anyone is hasn't find the way to make me questions, you will find on the left side, if you move the mouse to the left side, you will see a Q&A. It's a blue button. You just press the blue button, not the yellow, the blue. And here you will see the way to write me something. Aha. I show you another thing here. When we do a specific formation, yes, it's a pity I cannot hear. Oh, Ahmed is asking, thanks. What about the economical crisis and how it affects? Let me check the question. I suppose you can see when I check. So Ahmed says, thanks. What about the economical crisis and how it affects the woman? Okay, Ahmed, I think you are writing me from Ireland, if I'm not wrong. So, as I told you before, in Spain we have, we still have a crisis situation, which is, as you saw before, we have 50% of unemployment for young people and about 25% for elder people, which is quite a lot. This is why there are a lot of people trying to start their own company because of this situation. This is why we think the use of technology is something that it's so important to teach people, because we empower people. We like to say that we empower people to be their own boss. If there's, of course, technology is not always too easy, but Ahmed, you are writing from Turkey. Okay. Sorry about the mistake. I think you can, I hope you can hear me okay. If there is something in with my English you don't understand, please tell me, I will write again. There are 8 people watching. We are 8 people here. So let me realize if you, let me point you. Please, only one person is has find the way to ask me something. You will find on the left side there is a Q&A button. You move the mouse to the left and a menu will appear, so you press the blue and just write me something and I will be happy to answer you. So as I was telling you, Ahmed, we think the use of technology is the best way to empower people and of course women to empower themselves. This is why we are so interested in teaching, in give some formation to women. I will show you some photos of what we do. Let me show you. Okay, doesn't problem. Okay, Ahmed, I can see you. You understand the system very well. You are the only one making me questions. This is why I hope the other ones are, they are having. Ahmed is telling me that in Chrome, right side in the apps button. Okay, so check. Yes. If you cannot see the button on the left side, check on the right side, as Ahmed tell me. So let me show you something else. What we do as volunteers, we try to specific me when I go with a group and try to teach them what kind of formation do we give. So we teach people with basic technology. We teach them on how to create, how to work with social networks, which is very important. We teach them how to make a Facebook account, a Facebook fan page for their business, how to use Twitter, how to so Paul Ryan Co-Foundation is still here and I'm finding interesting. Okay, thank you very much. So I will, as I tell you, I am just sharing you my experience as a volunteer. I am one of the hundreds of volunteers who works in Spain trying to empower people with technology. I would like to show you some photos. Well, before I will tell you that what I suppose you know that what we don't do is one-to-one formation. What we always do is we work with organizations, women organizations, neighborhood organizations, or any kind of groups, they contact us, or we contact them sometimes, so we can make some formation for them. There are also a lot of programs which start from us. I mean that volunteers, they also detect in their own area, maybe in my neighborhood, some specific associations, so we try also to contact them. There is another question from Ahmed. It's all very interesting. My question is about the title of the session. Shall we hear about training of the trainers? Okay, training of the trainers, yes. We are, as I say, volunteers. Volunteers in our organization are not necessary to be an engineer, because what we are going to teach is not very difficult stuff. I will show you an example. Let me show you this. I will share my screen again. This. Okay. I will, well, just, I will go from the beginning. But look, this one. Okay, I think you can see here. There are different, that's me doing a training session for other new volunteers. We do formal, there are different types of training for the trainees. One, it's contacting with one volunteer. This is me, for example. People come at home, and I spend 2 hours with them, explaining them what will be their mission in our organization, how we work, how we contact with our groups. And as I told you, we don't have to be engineers, because what we are going to teach are not very difficult stuff. For example, if you imagine immigrants who are in Spain, 1 month ago, I was in an association with women, which were they were all immigrants, and most of them, they didn't know properly how to use the email, and there are some in which they didn't have an email account because they didn't know how to do it. So we help them to create an email account. So this is something any one of us can do, and this will change probably their lives, because just to have or not to have an email can make a very big difference. This is let me, yeah, I think you can. So there are some formal training in our organization. Sometimes we meet and spend one day session to once a year we try to find all each other, and we train. There is also a lot of documentation for us. So, for example, if you need to have a group of women formation about social networks, we have documentation. I will show you, for example. Let me see. Yes, here. You will see. We have for every, let me see, I think I have too many things open at the same time. Okay, here you can see, yes. I'm trying to find one of the guides documentation we are using for formation. We have a lot of documentation for any. Let me check. I would like to share my screen. Okay. Yes, it's not. It has been. Okay, this is Facebook guide for beginners. As I tell you, we have, if we have to teach a group of women for how to create a Facebook account or how to create a Facebook fan page, so for their business, we have documentation. This is for our self-training, but as I tell you, most of the times you don't need to be very expert, because usually they don't need too much. We have documentation about how to create an account, how to use properly social networks, how to use Twitter. I can share it with you if you want. How to create a blog. Yes. We also sometimes do a specific formation with an association, not with the users, but with the organizers of an association, and we teach them how to use social networks to spread their message. We have a lot of, I'm not going in detail, but you will see that we have a lot of different training, formal and informal sessions. I think nobody has found a way to make me questions except Ahmed, or maybe they don't understand my English. So, as a volunteer, when I go with I try to, we just share our time to teach people, so that's not difficult. That's very easy to do. So, my experience as a volunteer tell me that a lot of people, they only need someone a lot of times to make how can I explain? Sometimes they are even afraid of computer because they have never used a computer before. And look, I think I have here one. Yes, I will show you this, which is a 30 seconds video. It's in Spanish, but I will tell you. It's only an example, so you can see what I'm not sure if you can hear the audio because I'm not hearing it, but I will share you the link through here. Okay, I hope you can see. I just share you an email. I hope you find it. Just tell me. It's this woman is telling that what she just now she is more confident to use the computer. She was afraid about it, and now she feels more confident. And this is something important because there is not a lot of specific formation. Sometimes they only need to be more confident with herself. Okay, Paul Ryan is asking, so the model that you are using is based around face-to-face interaction, and you then support the learner or the organization to teach the skill. Yes, will be getting copy of training. Okay, of course, yes, you can have copies of our documentation. There's no problem. And yes, we do face-to-face interaction. Sometimes, well, not always face-to-face. When a new volunteer wants to work with us, sometimes we do a Skype conference, and one of our volunteers or someone from the organization, it depends. But I have done, for example, some Skype formations for new volunteers, which is something between 1 and 2 hours. I just explain what our foundation is about, what are our goals, what kind of programs we have, what kind of people do we work, and I explain also my own experience, and we do it in Skype. Sometimes when there are 2, 3, or 4 more people which are close to me, For example, as I showed you before, if I can meet them all together, I am happy to receive them at home and we have a meeting all together, and so I can make a formation for 5 or 6 people together. But for me, best way is face-to-face. But sometimes they are not in the same city, or maybe in this city there is no other volunteer. Then we do it by Skype or Hangout. I think this answers the question, Paul. And as I told you before, yes, we will. There is no problem. We can share with you this Facebook or other, because you're asking, will we be getting copies of the training notes? Yes, there is no problem. We have different, and of course, these training notes, they are always in constant evolution, because most of them are about social networks, and this is going always very fast. When we do formation, we always, and I will try to show you some other, let me show you. We always try to do some photos or to record some people testimonies, because it's important that we cyber volunteers, cyber voluntarios, we always try to share in our social networks the events we are doing. So let me show you. Yes, I am here. I can show you. I will share my screen again. No, you only see my screen, but not. Now you can see better. Okay, I think now you can see. Yes. These are examples of real situations. As I tell you, we always try at the end of the session, we always try to make some photos, because it's important. As you can see, sometimes there are 50% there are women and 50% there are men. But I think most of the time there are more women. I think women, younger or older, I find personally that they are more interested in prepare themselves. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So most of them are women. And there are a lot of women organizations. They call us so we can make a specific course for them, and we do this a lot of time. Personally, I am very happy to teach old people, because it's something very inspiring. Find old people interested in learning new things. We also do programs teaching old people with telephones, with smartphones. This is something we are doing every day, every time more often. We go to an association of old people and we teach them on how to use properly telephones, smartphones, how to connect to the internet, because this let old people the possibility to communicate with their own family, with a because if they are not connected, if they are not using, for example, WhatsApp or Facebook, they are not connected with not only with society, but also they are not connected with their own family. So this is why it's so important to teach people to use technology. Yeah, this is only some examples. And of course, I will recommend you a lot that you do photos of your events so you can use them on your own social networks. We have, of course, I will share with you our this is me again. I will share with you our cyber volunteers social networks, so you can see. Yes, I will share here. This is our cyber volunteers fan page. As you can see, we have some thousands followers, and it's very important that you do your own Facebook fan page. And here you can share the type. This is, for example, we did some weeks ago in a university. We make some formation, and it's the best way to spread your message. Yes. Of course, I can go and show you also our Twitter and Google Plus account, but they are all, you know. But it's important to, I will say again, but it's important that you do photos, and if you can record people saying what they think about the formation they have just received, this is very important. Paul Ryan is asking me, it's what order do you structure the learning? It's based on achieving use of email first, and then other elements like Facebook, Twitter, Skype, and Viber, or are linked back to this email. Okay, Paul, it's usually formations, they last for 2 hours. So sometimes if it's, for example, a mobile training for old people, we do 2 sessions of 2 hours, maybe 3. But if it's if an organization call us to make if it depends of their needs, because we don't do very big groups. Maybe we go from 5 to 10 people, and or maybe 10 to 20, but we don't do bigger groups than this, because it's not easy. We cannot help as good. So usually if they don't know, if they don't have an email account, of course we start with the creation of an email account. Yes, and sometimes you need to go even further, and what you need to do is to start from the beginning. To start, yes, 2 months ago we were teaching some women. They were a single mother women association. They call us to get an introduction to the technology. So we start from the beginning. We start to teach these women how was the keyboard, how to use the keyboard properly, how to open the computer. I mean, just from the very beginning, because sometimes they haven't used a computer never, and they are a little bit afraid. So before you start learning Facebook or anything, you need to be sure that they know how to use the keyboard, the mouse, and of course you need to know that they are not afraid to use it. So to be self-confident to use the computer itself. And then, so sometimes we start from the very beginning. Sometimes we do we help them to create an email account. Sometimes, if they already know this, it depends on the level of the group, of course. I hope this answers the question. If it doesn't, or if you need any other detail, you just write me again, Paul. And yes, you are mentioned Skype, for example. This is important because, for example, immigrant women that live away from their families, they don't know how to use not only email but maybe Skype, and this will make a big difference, because communication with their families, it's important. So and it's not difficult. I always say, because sometimes not only old people but young people, they say, this is too difficult for me. I am not intelligent, or I have not studied. I will not understand how the computer works or how the mobile works. And I always say that you don't need to know anything, and everybody is intelligent enough to know what they need to know, because they don't need to. There is a video I will show you. Of course they are in Spanish, but maybe if there is anyone who speaks Spanish with you, you can go to our YouTube account. Let me show you YouTube, our Cyber Volunteers YouTube account. Okay, I will show you. I share my screen again. Yes. Okay. This is our Cyber Volunteers YouTube account. Of course, as I tell you before, here you can see a lot of okay. This is something we are using also, and maybe it will be useful for you also. Sometimes, for example, how to create an email account. Yes, this this video. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but if not, I will click on it. A moment. So this video explains how to create an email account. Yes, it's a 6-minute video, and with a screen capture system, we capture the screen and we explain how is the process from the beginning to the end in a very easy way, how they can create an account. And we have some, of course, best way is face-to-face, but we are starting to create some small videos, short videos, because there will be people we can help them. No. Yes. I will not go in detail to the videos, but of course I will recommend, if you have not, that you open your own, as an association, you open your own YouTube channel and you record testimonies of people of your courses, in your training. Even if it's some seconds, it will be interesting. Something like, for example, yes, this I will not press because it's everything in Spanish. Okay. I am back here. Okay, if there is any question you would like to make me about my experience in volunteers or in cyber volunteers, just tell me, please. Meanwhile, I explained, Paul, that as I told you, usually we do 2-hour session, and sometimes it's only in one day, and sometimes it takes maybe 2 weeks, because we do 1 day, 2 weeks, 2-hour training every week, or it depends. It depends on the association we have to teach. Okay, this is, so there is no other question. Okay. I hope you find, I will explain again that you will find, if you move the mouse, maybe in the left, maybe to the right, you will find questions and answers, Q&A button. So this will be the best way to leave me a question. Any other question, any other thing you need to know? Because as a volunteer, we just, there are a lot of maybe details. I understand they are not interesting, but they are for you. So please feel free to ask me. Okay. I think we will finish. if you have any questions, there's I will be happy to do any other hangout with you. So just contact our organization, and I will be happy to be here any other moment to share my experience with you. But it's important for me to know what would you like to know. Paul is asking, will you or Yolanda be forwarding on the training materials from Cyber Volunteers, or will we be getting a link? I will tell Yolanda to send you, because there is no link I can give you to download. We are constantly making this kind of programs of manuals. We have manuals for different kind of how to create a blog, how to use Facebook, but of course they are so they are changing too fast. Maybe when you go to create an email, the option has changed, so we try to update them. But what I like more when I do the training sessions with our users is to ask them what they really need, yes, and what they don't understand. I would like maybe to share some last photo with you. Let me see. Yes. Okay. No, they are. Yes, Paul. I will tell Yolanda, or you can ask Yolanda if you like to know anything. If you would like to see our manuals, I think there will be no problem about it. So I hope the rest of you understand. I thank you very much, Ahmed, for your questions. And if there isn't anything else, we will finish. We are sorry about last week troubles, because we stopped the hangout because we thought that it would be more interesting with your feedback. So thanks again for all, and see you next time. Bye.